Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us at the MarketSite studio in Times Square, New York City, we have Jon Wilk, President and CEO of CompoSecure, to discuss the growing market of premium metal payment cards and innovating for safer transactions. Jon, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Thanks, Jill.
Who is CompoSecure and what do you do?
So, while many consumers may not have heard of us, if they look in their wallets, they'll see a CompoSecure product. So we make a majority of the metal cards out there for the likes of American Express, JP Morgan, Capital One, and 100 other clients across the globe.
How does the metal card deliver value to your customers?
So when you think about it from a bank's perspective, the lifeblood of a credit card business is acquiring new customers and driving spend on their product. And what we've seen empirically is the metal cards help drive both of those variables. They help issuers acquire more customers, and they help the cards become top of wallet, meaning the consumer is pulling it out more often than another card in their wallet.
I have a metal card. It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. What else can these payment cards do?
So when we think about payment cards today, right, they've worked extremely well for the last 50 years, helping consumers transact. What you're seeing today is the addition of other security features. So trying to make transactions additionally more secure than they are today. Things like a dynamic 3-digit code on the back of the card that changes every time you transact. A biometric card that wouldn't work unless you have a fingerprint on it. So we can continue to increase technology that we add to the card to make the transaction safer or more convenient for consumers.
And you have a technology called Arculus. Tell us about that.
So with Arculus, it is a security and authentication platform, and there are really two main ways we think about it. One, very simply, it can help secure login to your bank account or your investment account. Today, you use a username and password to do that. Tomorrow, we think you'll use a cryptographic key-based system to do that, and we can embed that technology in a card and make it simple and easy to log in, but significantly more secure.
Is that little square that you see on a card or so similar to it?
So we add additional technology to that chip to add functionality to help securely log you in, for example, to your bank account or your investment account. So
what problem is Arculus looking to address?
So if you think about it, username and password, the number of hacks that we've seen continues to increase. I get notified all the time. My data has been breached, my username and password has been breached. The industry will, over time, move away from username and password to key-based login systems where you can use a combination of biometric, a unique 6-digit PIN, and the keys themselves to log in a simple and easy-to-use way that doesn't require me to remember 72 different passwords that all have different requirements and inherently aren't secure in the first place.
That would be amazing because between work and home, all these passwords, can never keep them all straight. What's the added value for businesses with improved security?
So when we think about what businesses are looking to do, particularly in banking and investments, if I have fraud on my credit card today, I'm not liable for it, right? I call the bank, I say there have been fraudulent charges, the bank will cover that. So from the bank's perspective, it's about reducing fraud and improving the customer experience. So while I may not be liable for it, I also don't want to have to deal with it because it's a pain.
Is Arculus a unique technology?
It is. So the second part of the Arculus story is around the digital asset space. So think about crypto, and one of the critical issues in that space is control of your keys. And what customers saw in that space was when some of the exchanges went bankrupt, if your keys were held by the exchange instead of you became a creditor in a bankruptcy instead of controlling your crypto. So we think about the expression, if it's not your keys, it's not your crypto. And with Arculus, it's very simple. You're storing your private keys to your crypto on a card, and you're using that same 3-factor authentication I talked about, biometric, a unique 6-digit PIN, and tapping the card itself, which stores your keys. And it does two things. A, it protects it from hackers and theft. And the second is you're controlling your private keys. So in the case of a bankruptcy, or a freeze on withdrawals, you can get access to your crypto.
I mean, we've heard those stories where people forgot their keys and they had a significant amount of Bitcoin, let's say, on an exchange, and you can't recover it. What happens if you lose the card? What do you do?
So the industry has evolved to a standard process. It's typically a 12 or 24-word recovery process if you happen to lose your card or if you happen to lose another device. So the idea, when you create your Arculus wallet, you'll get those 12 or 24 words. We ask you to write those down, store those in a safe deposit box or a safe, someplace safe. Those 12 or 24 words are essentially the keys to your crypto. You need to make sure that no one can get those.
Get them tattooed on myself because I have to remember the combination for the safe.
Don't want to do that, but store them safely.
All right, John, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks.